Let's test. Ooh. Hey, what's up? I'm Hype here. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we're going to be adding more obstacles. Oh, let's go like this. We'll be adding more obstacles to our current setup. And let's just take an overview of what we have so far. And get this volume down a little bit. And yeah, we're also live on TikTok, so that's what this phone is for. Let's take a look. I have a couple of ideas of what I would like to do today. Maybe add one or two and then add some other. I want to add like a game over if the player falls off the world. So we'll do that here too. I'm still not sure about the color of the red panda. He's kind of purple. So you hit those spikes, they will restart the character. Wait for that to go down. We set these up. Moving, I think I want to have it so some of these spikes are spinning the other direction. So we'll set that up over here. Going up here, we got this. Oh, this is kind of cool. I might need to do something with that later. We go up to the top, but this piece doesn't really do much yet. Then you get over here and you can't reach it, then that will be the game over. So let's go in and hit edit and we can start adding more cool things. Where are we? So one thing I wanted to do was add some space here. I think it's a little bit too close and I thought we could do something like this. If we can make that big. Oh, we can make it bigger. That's a little bit too big. Let me get out the pencil. Yeah, something like that looks better. Or maybe we make this longer. See how that would work as well. Oh, wait, no, this is a tile. So let's see if we can into a little bit more. Do something like this. Yeah, like that. Just wanted a little bit of a gap between one uphill to the next uphill. And yeah, we may not even need that much. I just want a little bit. So let's take a look. I like the tile, paint. Alright, so right there, and that should be good. Put it like that, yeah. Okay, next I want to make it so these cubes, if the player touches them, they'll fall down. Right now, they just kind of stay in place. Ooh. Watch out for those. So these just stay in place right now. It's kind of like a shortcut. It's always great to give your player options of which way they can go. They can go either A or B. What's up, Blake? Welcome. Working on some more obstacles for today's game. Oh, I'm gonna have to make these higher. So love any feedback if you have any or suggestions. While making this level. So we're going to need to add more blocks to get you up to the higher level. And I have an idea of what I want to put there. So first thing I want to do is, did you make money? No, this is more about making games than making money. Yeah. But Yeah, no, I respect everybody's got to make money, and if you want to make money, the best game engine for making games is Unity. That's probably what I would recommend if someone is into making games for the goal of profit. Doing it for the money, make games with Unity, get into that, and yeah, that's what a lot. I would say the vast majority of app developers use. This is HypeHype, which is an app in itself, so they kind of have their own ecosystem. But it is the early days of HypeHype, so today there is not a way to make money in HypeHype, but considering this is an app that lets you make games, it's very good for introduction, and there may be ways to monetize HypeHype in the future. That being said, it's basically like in a beta early release. It's not available everywhere, so getting to learn how to make this now, make games now, could be beneficial in the future when there's lots of people using it. But for me, I think a lot of people want to make games, let alone on the phone. So I don't know what to start, but I am using Buildbox. All right, thanks. Good. That's a good question. I used Buildbox for many years, like 5 years at least, and I always liked Buildbox. I think they call it Classic now, but it's like the one where there's 2D and 3D. I don't actually recommend Buildbox anymore. They are very slow to update the software in terms of making changes that people have been asking for, fixing bugs. So if you can use Buildbox, go ahead and use it. But if you can use Buildbox, then you could totally use HypeHype. Buildbox is centered around making money though. That being said, they take like 90% of any money you make. But again, I think it's a weird thing to say, but you can make money. It's just extremely difficult. Like you can make money selling lemonade outside. You can make money making games. But there's a lot of things you have to do. So when you make games and put them on the App Store, you have to do a mediation. Basically, when you finish making your game, there's literally more stuff, like a lot of stuff to do, aka marketing or whatever. Marketing, SDK, SEO, search. HypeHype is cool because you can just focus on making games and trying to get better at games. And maybe in the future, they'll have a way to monetize it when there's like millions of users. But right now, there's only like thousands of users, so it's still new. But you know, whatever you use to make games, if you just want to make games, I think anything is good. Buildbox is nice because you don't have to code, but they don't, again, do a great job, in my opinion, of updating the software or making it easier to use. I just need some money to start with. Yeah, no, if you need money, I don't know, I got my money the old-fashioned way. Got a job, worked in a cubicle every 2 years, updated the resume, applied for a new job, all that. So I want to invest in the stock market. Yep, yeah, like I can tell you, I got Unity when it IPO'd, I got Roblox when it IPO'd, and now those are like double. So I'm definitely, hold up, it's a little bit of, there we go. Yeah, no, investing in the stock market, becoming financially literate is important. Yo, what's up, Damp? I heard a little toot. Welcome. We're just making some games. But yeah, at the end of the day, do your own research, see what, and then play around with everything. Play around with HypeHype, play around with Unity, see what you think is best, and just invest time into it. So we want to make these blocks fall. So I've spent a lot of time with HypeHype, and I actually know of a mechanic. HypeHype just makes it easy to make games. So if you're just looking to make games, right now, this is a great way to get started. If you're looking for, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I need to make that clear. The platform is called HypeHype. What's up, Caden? So in HypeHype, I happen to know Yope made this level. And the great thing about HypeHype is you can take stuff you've seen from other people's game and just kind of like copy it into your game. And let me show you this feature that is in this game that I am going to take and put into the game that we are working on today. So check out this ice cube right here. I'm going to jump on this ice cube. You can see it shakes, then it falls down. We're going to be taking that into our game. So let's go here, hit this remix button that lets you go into any game in HypeHype. My Blake is cannot export games from HypeHype to Google Play. You cannot export from HypeHype to Google Play. HypeHype is more similar to like Roblox, I would say. Roblox has their own ecosystem where you can make games. Another good engine to check out is Core, and that uses Unreal Engine. But let me say this, you also cannot export. You're looking to focus on uploading to the App Store and the Play Store if that is your goal, and making games. My recommendation would be to utilize Unity. Okay, let's move this. The chat is in my face. So there we go. Okay, so this cube has a mechanic called the falling ice right here. And what we want to do is grab that. So I'm going to go to the search. And then go to this. Okay, so here it is. Now this is one of the greatest things about HypeHype and why I think it's going to help change the way games are made and played in the future, because this is something someone else has already done, and I can just select it. Let me. Oh. There we go. Select this. Oh, where'd it go? Select it. Hold down the copy button. Okay, so now it's saved. I exit. Let me go into the game we were working on. Hit edit. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over to the right side and hit paste. So let's touch it on. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so now we see this is called Falling Ice. I'm gonna rename it Falling Cube. All those games created by you. So here, let me show you so it's not confusing. Okay, I'm gonna save it because I want to save my progress. I've made maybe like a dozen or so games in HypeHype. And so these are all the games that I made right here. And I like to point out, like this one I made right here, I made while sitting on a couch. So that's the thing. But yeah, those thousands of users on HypeHype, and it's kind of like just like the TikTok of games. It's anybody can make a game, and if you don't want to make a game, you just want to play different games made by different people, you can find people you like this is kyluah, and then you can follow them. So yeah, let's get back to the game that we're working on today. Hit edit, and where is that falling ice? So now I'm gonna take this object and I'm gonna move it over here, and we're gonna put it into those cubes that I mentioned before. Here. And what is the best way to do it? Okay, and so taking this and then just hovering over the cubes we want, put this mechanic into those cubes. So that's like a really cool effect that you can do. I'll just show you right now. Well, first we need to make sure that the character is has a green object associated with them. Select the character, and we can see that this has the green object. That is how these two components will be able to talk to each other. Then we'll see this, we'll just kind of like that. And now we've added that mechanic up, and it's over. That mechanic into the system. So that's really cool to be able to it's really cool to be able to take a mechanic you see in one game, copy it, and paste it into your game. I'm just a beginner in HypeHype, but knowing these basics are huge into making your own game. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to continue putting it in to these other cubes so that they also have that mechanic of wobbling and falling. Cool. And I'm just going to save it because I like to oversave everything. And let's go back in, hit edit. So we have this object. I think I'm going to move it over here a little bit. Yeah, and let's test that out. Always good to play test your game. If you hit anything that's red, it'll cause the character or cause the game to restart. If I hit those red spikes, oh, I just did. So watch out. We got this guy is spinning. Oh. Cool. At the top. So let's go ahead and copy a bunch of these cubes and move them up. If you want to select the multiple objects, you just select one object, tap on the screen somewhere, and then tap the other objects. And then duplicating them, you just hit the button that says duplicate right down here. And then I do a mix of using my fingers and the Apple Pencil. But we need to get lower. When you're in 3D, you need to be moving around in 3D all the time just to make sure you're looking at everything correctly. And we can see that this has the falling cube reusable item. I have different videos on YouTube helping explain how to use basically like the editor and review of games of how they were made. So if you're looking for more information, like check those out. Thanks for the like, Bella. I gotta say, moving around in 3D is probably the coolest thing to do when making a game. Because you need to move around in 3D. If you don't move around in 3D, you're not getting all the perspectives. I kind of want them touching. So does that look? That looks good. I'm gonna play test this now. What's up, Cray Ship? Is HypeHype better than BuildBox? I think so. I used BuildBox for 5 years, so I think I have like a good experience of it. Yeah. But if you want to make games for the App Store or the Play Store, HypeHype does not do that. If you just want to make games, not only that, like when you use BuildBox or Unity or anything, Godot, any of the game engines out there for the App Store or Play Store, you have to do a lot after you make the game. Like, if not just as much. So it's almost like, I would always tell people 50% of making a game is making a game, and then the other is doing the marketing, the SEO, you know, screenshots, setting up the ad mediation. There's a lot involved. You have to go to the Apple Store, make sure it gets approved by somebody who's reviewing the game, and if they don't like it, then they will reject it, and then you have to find out why. Like, there's a lot I think most people don't anticipate originally when just getting a game out there. HypeHype, all you have to do is just make the game, and they have leaderboards, and yeah, you can even use your phone. Okay, so that looks good. Kind of want, I'm just trying to add variety to the cubes. I don't want them looking like the same cube over and over again. That is not cool. Adding variety is cool. Let's put that there. Yeah, something like that. And maybe this over here. Yeah, that looks good. And maybe move that one away. And then this is just gonna like transition. Yeah, no problem, Crayship. Let me know if you have any other questions. Welcome, Annie. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I feel like, let's put this one over here. And then we can add a platform. This is the finish line. Let's move it back. And what can we add next? Okay, so we're gonna need another level. So I'm gonna duplicate that and move it up over here. Go ahead and make this one orange. Let's put that right about there. Maybe like this. Let me know if that volume is too loud. Cool. That looks good. Duplicate this. Oh, I just brought it all the way up on the y-axis. Okay, now let's play test. Always good to play test. If you're play testing your game and you find out that you do not enjoy the game that you're playing, that's important. That means you need to make some changes, because play testing is something you have to do over and over again. Okay, so let's put there. And we can see they all fall down. I guess 2 seconds is a good amount of time. I was thinking of adding more time. Or when you make a game and you're playing the game, you're basically an expert at it. When you make the game, you're the expert. You need to account for people who did not make the game, so It's always a good idea to try to make the game easy. So next, I'm gonna go over here. I know I have a big, oh yeah, here we go. So we got this, and let's go, and I'm gonna grab one more piece, a cylinder. You wanna get assets, you hit the plus asset button, and we're gonna go for, I think, a simple image. And we're looking for maybe something like this. Make it orange. And I'm just trying to add more complexity to this object. Let's see where it is right now in terms of XYZ value. You hit this little arrow right here, and we can see it's at -58, -57 for the X. So let's go ahead and make that 58, just even numbers. Make this 0 and make this 5. So we're gonna go to this, make this 0, and make that 5? No. -5Z. Okay. -58. So, and we'll make this -58. That way these two pieces are aligned. And it kind of looks like it's one piece, so that's the goal. Then we'll use this glue button and basically glue it to this object. Okay, cool. So now let's, and then I got this pyramid piece. So let me grab this, and I'm gonna move it to the left over here. Now I will be moving this back to the end of the maze that we have set up, but right now we just want to test to make sure we can get it to work properly. Oops. So, got a bunch of different objects over here. What's up, Pavel? Welcome to the stream. Doing some game making. Okay, so what I'm thinking is have this object, and let's go ahead and move this over here. And I just painted that area over here, so we can go over here and we can test to make sure that this piece works properly without needing to go all the way to the end of the map to check it out. What's up, Super Idol? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so now my thought was to add spikes and have it so the player has to run on top of the cylinder to get to the other side. First thing we want to do is have this rotate. So to do that, we're going to go and add a vector transform. Select transform to rotate. Remove the duration because we want it to move constantly. Duration is like if you just want it to move for 1 second, then you put 1. Or you want it to move for 5 seconds, then you put 5. But because we want it to move forever, we select duration of 0. Also, we're going to select on start and loop because we want this to spin at the very beginning and then loop. I find I often forget to do this, and then I'm wondering why it's not working. Okay. So next we need to see if we want to rotate it in the X, Y, or Z location direction. I think maybe the X, so let's just add a number here. Let's put 5. And then we can test it, see what it looks like. Okay, so not the X direction. On the Y, so this is the Y, so that is not what we want. And of course, it is the last one, the Z. Go take a look. Okay, so that's moving like super fast, so we need to slow it down. Let's see what 0.5 looks like. Again, remember, it's important to try to make your games easy. If they're difficult, and people die a lot, then people tend not to like your game. So as the game creator, you have to find that happy medium where it's difficult, that you feel challenged as the person who played it, but somebody who is brand new to, let's say, playing games, they'll be able to beat it. They'll be able to at least get halfway through it. And that's something you always want to keep in mind. So as we can see, it's moving. That's great. Time to add the next pieces. So next I want to add some spikes. And I'm going to change the size of this to 3, and I'm going to change the X, Y, and Z when it comes to the scaling. Oops. And that looks like it's too big, so let's scale it down. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see, this is on X of 3.5. So let's move this to X of 3.5. So here we have 3 circular buttons. This is for scaling, this is for rotation, and then this is for movement. And you see, there you go. Okay. Yo, what's up, Soulspark? Welcome to the stream. You choose it? Yeah. That's funny. No, I mean, there are games out there that are like meant to be difficult. So if your game falls under what is it, Geometry Dash or any of those impossible games, if your game is meant to be difficult, then you know, do what you get. Like, that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna glue this object. Right now, first I'm gonna copy the object. Right, I'm gonna get that XY coordinate right. It's the same story with Dark Souls. Dark Souls is, which one is that? Now you got my curiosity. Which one is Dark Souls? I'm not sure if I know that one. Alright, so I'm taking a look at the XY axis. They match up pretty good. Cool. And now I'm going to select this, hit rotate. And I'm going to rotate this 30 degrees. Oh. But this is supposed to be glued. So glue that on. And then rotate 30 degrees. Okay, cool. Let's go and duplicate this. So it's just challenging. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, when I think hyper casual games, I think games that are designed to be like super simple game mechanics made for people who anywhere from the age of like 15 to 75. Like if you very simple games that somebody who has never played a game before, they come into playing games, because there's a lot of people. I mean, I grew up playing games and games have been around forever, but there is a lot of people. In fact, dare I say, most people are not like gamers. The vast majority of people, like, they look at games and I'm like I'd rather read a book, and I'm like, I'd rather make a game. So when, you know, it's all about knowing your audience, right? If you know your audience knows how to play games, they know, like, it's funny because I'll play friends of mine in games and I'm like, you don't want to play me in a game. You play me in a game, I'm gonna beat you. I've never played this game before, and I'm gonna be amazing at it, because not only do I have been playing games forever, I literally do this kind of stuff every day. But most people, they don't even know. I think they're open to it. My favorite is whenever I watch somebody who is much older than me, which, you know, you'll watch them play a game, and that could be one of the first times they've ever even played like an iPhone game or whatever. But the idea that somebody could go in and just like make a game on an app like that sounds like science fiction, but it's not. It's not science fiction. Let's move this. Well,